The Pentagon has authorized the delivery of additional ammunition and supplies to the Ukrainian armed forces as part of yet another reduction of security support. The latest aid delivery, estimated at $1 billion, will be the 18th and largest equipment drawdown from DoD stocks for Ukraine since August 2021, according to the Department of Defense. The support package contains a sizable number of weapons, ammunition, and supplies, many of which have features that Ukrainians have already been using. Among the equipment that will be delivered to Ukraine in the upcoming weeks are more ammunition for the renowned high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, missiles for National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, NASAMS, tens of thousands of 155mm artillery shells, and Claymore anti-personnel munitions. The DoD press statement stated that from the start of the Biden administration, the U.S. has provided Ukraine with security assistance totaling nearly $9.8 billion. Since 2014, the United States has provided Ukraine with security assistance totaling more than $11.8 billion. Dr. Colin H. Call, Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, briefed the media on the most recent security aid package for Ukraine soon after it was released. The United States will continue to closely communicate with Ukraine and look into any prospective systems and capabilities for upcoming drawdowns, Call said, noting that more than 50 nations have now offered security assistance to Ukraine since Russia began its invasion. When questioned about the precise number of guided multiple launch rocket systems, GMLRS, that will be fired from HIMARS as part of the package, Call noted that while the DoD won't be giving a number at this time, the U.S. has given Ukraine several hundred GMLRS over the past few weeks. Call also gave insight into how the U.S. intends to make sure Ukraine maintains its continuous supply, taking into account the success of the HIMARS and GMLRS combos since early deliveries began arriving in the country. In the last security assistance package, we delivered a large number of GMLRS, and we're now in a rhythm of sending it so that things are arriving on a continuous cadence, said Call. So, I believe you can anticipate the next increment of GMLRS in the upcoming security aid package. The GMLRS hasn't been completely viewed yet. Regarding the HIMARS systems themselves, Call was questioned about why the DoD intends to keep supplying the GMLRS missiles to Ukraine but has not yet delivered or disclosed any plans to do so. There are currently 16 HIMARS in Ukraine, and since the system was first used in the battle, a cult following has developed, leading some to wonder why the United States hasn't deployed more. These are not the kinds of systems we estimate you need hundreds of to have the kinds of effects they have, according to Call. The Ukrainians are using these precision-guided systems for very specific categories of targets. 3 M270, multiple launch rocket systems, have also been delivered by the British. The M270 is the exact same system as HIMARS, however it is mounted atop an armored vehicle's chassis. The top objective at the moment is to make sure that Ukrainians have the weapons they need to stay in the fight. We and our allies and partners have each contributed a sizable number of systems. We still don't know when NASAMS will arrive or exactly what ammo this aid package contains for it. NASAMS is the first Western surface-to-air missile system for Ukraine that is capable of shooting down targets several kilometers away. The AIM-120 AMRAAM is the primary missile of this type, however it is also capable of firing the AIM-9X Sidewinder and IRIS TSLS. In addition, Call mentioned that supplying F-16 fighter jets and instructing Ukrainian pilots to fly them are still options during his news conference on the most recent security assistance drawdown. This development highlights the ongoing issue about the Ukrainian forces' need for stronger air combat capability. Regardless, if certain legislation is passed that requires the training to start, the DoD may be compelled to train Ukrainian fighter pilots. So, according to Call, the conflict is currently centered in the east and moving steadily south. We must acquire the tools that deliver in a manner appropriate to that timeline. So instead of something that might be delivered in a year to 3 years, we are concentrating on these kinds of skills. Nevertheless, efforts are being made at the Pentagon and elsewhere in Europe to assist the Ukrainians in identifying their kind of medium to long-term requirements. It is not improbable that, in the future, Western aircraft could be incorporated into the mix, but the final analysis has not been completed. Over the weekend, images of what looks to be the remains of an AGM-88 high-speed anti-radiation missile started to circulate online. This sparked questions regarding the origin of the weapon because there is currently no verified evidence that Ukraine received the AGM-88. However, Call did not say which anti-radiation missiles were included in the DoD's most recent security aid package that was included a number of anti-radiation missiles that may be fired off of Ukrainian aircraft in his speech today. Hope you guys love the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to all, so you can get the notification on each upload.